Hello, Capricorn. Welcome to Sidekick Tarot. I'm Ryan, and thank you for being here. This is going to be a general reading, so everything may not resonate. Take what does and leave the rest. And for more tarot readings after this, go ahead and check out my wife's channel at Val through the 3 Tarot. She's review as well. Thank you. I'll be starting by pulling your current or overall energy. And then we'll be going into clarifiers. Okay, I'll get the cards out first, and then I'll begin. Whoa. Goodness. What is going on with this? This is a bit fascinating here, Capricorn. Jumping into this, what you're showing me right away, you are beginning to kind of feel and experience some sort of small changes and shifts within yourself about the situation. Don't exactly know what this is about, but I do see one thing is for sure is you want further clarity, you want further perspective, and so you are taking the necessary action and steps to do so and gain that clarity, which is nice because overall you are taking a step back from this in multiple ways to strongly consider what is the best way to proceed and move forward with all this. And so you are definitely heavily thinking about how to work on things, what actions and steps you can take moving forward from all this. But what's interesting is you're ultimately showing me, you know, you need to take action, but you are beginning to kind of slowly lose your patience. And whatever's going on, it's an energy of you don't really want to give more to the situation, but you know you kind of have to figure something out. And so you're choosing to kind of more so just hang out, rest, recover. So I do see at the same time there is some sort of foundation or stability in place, but there is something you are wanting to figure out on what to do with all this. Interesting. Very non-specific. Let's go ahead and jump into clarifiers and see what we can find. You're ultimately saying it's non-specific because it's so broad. Not general, but it's so broad. You have so much to take care of that it's kind of like everything. It's an umbrella. It falls under everything. Okay, let's see. There's the world, everything. Maybe everyone, but everything. Fascinating, yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is interesting. It almost feels like you are going through some sort of, how do I say this? Something is completely different. And that's what's interesting. A small change, a small shift creates some sort of closure. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Ooh. What is that about? Are you, how do I say this, Capricorn? What do I feel like I got to kind of call you out here a little bit? Are you trying to bypass something? Are you trying to bypass something regarding who you are? Because you are telling me that you are taking the necessary steps and to gain that clarity and that perspective. But overall, there is this little bit of energy here of kind of being airy, very airy. Like, we'll see where this kind of goes. We'll see where this kind of goes. kind of, yeah, I was gonna say, not really being too grounded. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. You are beginning you are beginning to see things a whole lot differently. That's for sure. Not just because you are different, but because you took the necessary steps to view things differently. So as you're watching everything, you're like, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. You're gaining perspective, but it's not an easy perspective to gain. Yeah, and that's how it works. One small change in you changes your perspective and outlook on everything else. It's a chain reaction. It's a domino effect. You're showing me like, I'm not going to drop this or let this go. I'm not too sure if you're 100% acknowledging this either, though, Capricorn. You're showing me that there's something here extremely painful about everything in your situation, but you're not allowing yourself to kind of feel and heal. It's an energy of, I know it's there, but I'm going to kind of suppress it and bury it. It might be because of work. And that's what's fascinating. You're ultimately kind of saying, I'll deal with that later. I'll deal with that later. Okay, I'll deal with myself later. I got some stuff here I need to kind of figure out first. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, but the longer you sit with it, you're kind of like, maybe later is coming up faster than you thought or expected it to. Like, well, to move forward with this or not, to dedicate and commit myself to this or not. Ooh, whoa. Wow, that is fascinating. I feel like, how do I say this? I feel like you get tired of you. You get tired of you. Like I'm tired of sitting with this. I'm tired of trying to figure this out. I'm tired of trying to process, digest, and work through it. But what's fascinating is you're ultimately saying, regarding the situation, there's not much to think about. But when it comes to who you are, there's plenty to think about and address and acknowledge. So it's a difference between your circumstances and you. Two different levels here. And I feel like you're trying to work on the external situation, then all of a sudden you're kind of pushed or nudged in the direction of focus on the internal situation. And then it's sort of like, okay, they definitely work hand in hand together. Yeah. Yeah, you're just kind of sitting with everything. You're not liking how things are progressing, but you're not liking how it progresses, but at the same time, you are definitely listening to yourself, which is fascinating. It's energy of, I don't know. I don't like it, but we'll see. We'll see. So you're kind of saying the best thing to do right now is to pull back energetically so far where, pull back so far to where you do hear yourself and you hear that inner voice. That's nice energy. But overall, this energy of the stability, the foundation, or possibly a living situation, whether it is between you and someone or just you, that's what it's all about. That's where there's happiness. It's almost like happiness and fulfillment is at home or within a living situation, or just when you're kind of choosing to focus on yourself, recovering, taking it easy. It's definitely about acknowledgement of where you're at emotionally, acknowledgement where you're at mentally, and whether or not you're truly listening to yourself. And that's what I find very fascinating is it's a balance. It's a juggle between who you are as an individual with what you're wanting to accomplish and do for yourself as well as others. Definitely a balancing act. Goodbye.